Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I am here with Mixed Media Mayhem, a hop where we scrap lift a super media filled fabulous layout. And this one is by Rebecca Moore with Bramble Fox, and I love their stuff. I don't have any. I'm waiting for some to come in the mail. So I have decided to use some different mixed media inks and an ink pad. And while I don't do it on camera, I am going to bring in another little thing with some Nuvo jewel drops to add a little bit of shine and shimmer. And I haven't decided, but because it's already kind of shiny, but I may also bring in some Winkastella. So I am using this Uptown Flare by Paper Studio, and that is mainly because the picture I'm using is this one of my grandma and my kids. This is the last time she came to Kentucky before she passed, and so I love these pictures. I have one of me and her, and I'm going to do that on a different layout. And my grandmother loved pink, shiny, shimmery, happy stuff, and of course flowers. So I'm going to mat it on this black base page, and I pulled this pink polka dot paper. I have no idea where it came from. And I've already used my circle punches that are over there on the right from Creative Memories to punch out these little floral circles. And part of that's because I'm being lazy instead of fussy cutting the florals. But, I still love the way it turned out. And there's some stitching on this layout, and I love how stitching looks on a layout, but I certainly did not do real stitching. I do some faux stitching with a zig pin. So, yeah. So I have my papers, and I have some mixed media, and buried down here somewhere, I have this fabulous picture of my grandmother and my kids, and I have this awesome layout. So let's see how this goes. So the first thing I did was trim my picture down. Now, usually when I work with mixed media, the first thing I do is create the mixed media layout so that it can dry while I'm doing all the other logistical kind of preparing things. So I trimmed it down as far as I was comfortable. I didn't want to trim too much off either side, but I'm sure my mother will not mind the little messy desk being trimmed off on the side there. And because this picture was taken at my mom's house. And so then I also take this polka dot paper, and like I said, I have no idea where this came from. It has nothing on the back. It must have come in some little kit. It's super thin paper, and I cut it down probably a ½ inch on either side. And then I take this scrap of paper from this collection, and I just start spraying. The first spray that I use is picked raspberry, and then I get my paper towel and I roll that off so it dries. And then I spray abandoned coral, and then I'm going to do the same thing with that. I'm going to tap my paper towels on there so that it will dry and I don't have a lot of blending. I mean, it's pink, different shades of pink and kind of a peachy color, so I'm not too terribly concerned with it blending. So I get that done on one side, and I was about to tap out my shimmer spray that I want to use, and decided that I was going to go ahead and do both corner pieces, and I love the way that looks. And I'm sorry that you missed some of it because it's down on the bottom, but I really love that sharp corner. And then I'm going to use that same paper to do the exact same thing with the same colors. The picked raspberry, the abandoned coral. And then when I come in to tap some things out, I'm going to use the shimmer spray by Diane Reevely. And it is in bubblegum pink, which is, pink's not normally my jam, but I've used quite a bit of it lately. I did a mood board layout for Dottie About Flair, and it was a mood board of lots of pink. And so here I am bringing more pink in. But like I said, it's my grandma, so that's what's going to happen. So I just tapped this out because I wanted to have these splatters all around. And she has them like throughout her entire layout. And I've considered coming back afterwards and putting them in that middle section, but I don't. And then I use this piece that I've sprayed on to map my pictures. So it brings in another piece of this collection and all the colors that I've used to ink. And so I love the way that looks. But then I matted it on black because where it's sprayed, it blends into the paper. Although I'm going to tuck a bunch of those little circle florals in there, so that won't be a problem. And then after I get that done, I do use my tape runner, but I also use my Nouveau Deluxe since it's going on mixed media and I don't want it to fall off. So I get that down, and her layout is a smaller picture and it's a little cockeyed, but so I did the same thing. I turned it just a smidge up in the right corner and put that down in the bottom left. And then she has her title, Always Time for Tea, up in the top corner as well. And so I hem-haw and fiddle and think about what I want to do with that while I am tucking all these little floral circles in, because I thought about bringing in some Paper Studios. I think it's kind of like their answer to Thickers. I think they're called La Petites. Yep. And I just dropped some of them on the floor. It's fine. So I am going to pull a couple of those out. The first one I pull out is like this love one, and it's got like an otter on it, which is super cute, but it's really purpley and pink, and the pink is fine, but the purple is not at all in this layout. So I set that aside and pull out another one that's got like shine, live, simply, relax, and it's got a bunch of arrows and hearts. And I'm going to end up using that, not for my title, but for some of the embellishments. She has some, what I'm guessing, are Bramble Fox perspectives, and I don't have those, so I went with what I had. So there's the little otter ones, and then there are the ones that say shine. And so I'm just going to pull hearts and arrows off of that. So they're foam, kind of like I said, they're almost like Hobby Lobby's answer to Thickers, and I love them. They are great, and I haven't had any issues with them being sticky or anything. So I put a little heart up there in the top left corner of my picture, and there's an arrow down in the bottom, and then I go through my little box, and I just moved a couple days ago, well, less than a week ago, and so not all of my stuff is where I'm ready for it to be, and so it's kind of crazy hunting down things in this house. So I pull out this Project Life card that says home is where the heart is, and I felt like that was super fitting. We are at my mom's house, which is where I was pretty much raised. And so that is what I put down there. So I am going to use that little scrap of paper. I'm going to get my spun sugar Distress Oxide from Tim Holtz, and I'm just going to ink all over this doily. And it is such a light color, you can barely tell, but I can tell. So I guess that's really all that matters. I mean, I can see it in this video, but it is super light colored. But I'm okay with that. It stands out well enough and adds that hint of pink to the layout. And then I'm going to put that card on top of it. And for the card, I took the spun sugar and I did like a inking around the side and made sure it got on the front of the card around the edges. But then I also took the Distress Oxide Black Soot and go straight around the edge, only on the outside, just so it would give that little bit of pop off of the page. And since I matted it in the whole layout in black and I matted my picture in black, I thought that the black soot would be a good fit. And then I just put some double-sided tape or some tape runner and some Nouveau Deluxe adhesive on the back and put that down. And then to embellish that, I'm going to add more of the little circles. And I'm not covering all of my mixed media, obviously. I don't want to. But I put the circles down all around there and try not to overlay too many of them that are similar. And then I'm also going to pull out that same Paper Studios embellishments. and I am going to put a arrow and a heart and a couple of other little things up there. So, sorry, my son just brought me a gift that he created for me out of a box. And I can't tell what that says.
500.
That says scrapping on the fly. And then it says 500 subbies.
It just says subs.
It's, subs. Well, I'm going to have to share this in another video. Oh, I have ink on me. It's okay.
Paint.
Yeah, you want to
Where do you want to put it?
I don't know. Hold on. So, sorry. So anyway, I tucked that little arrow in there, and then she has a little frame that's coming out from the picture. And so I have these cute little Park Lane frames, and I had a piece of one that wasn't going to fit enough, so I tucked it in at the top by that home. And then I have another one that I did go ahead and cut so that it would work, and I put that in there. And I fight with the thing a whole lot more than I should because it would not lay down right. It was driving me nuts. And then I put a couple of little florals around there as well. Yes, I love it. Thank you. And so I wanted to put a couple flowers kind of around the those little frames, as just so they would have some, not just be sticking out there doing nothing. So I put that little heart from the Paper Studio thicker set right there with the bottom frame where the picture is. And then I'm going to tuck a couple little florals, like I said, around in different places. So then I love you too, buddy. I love that kid. So then, sorry, super distracted. I have silver paint on my hand. But he didn't get on my layout, so we're going to take that as a bonus. So I get the frame down, and so I get a ruler, and I just took a zig writer and just wrote, drew the little lines to make it look like stitching. And of course, it's not. It's totally fake. But I was not going to have the wherewithal to stitch all of that lovely stuff on there. One of these days, I'm going to get out a sewing kit and do some more stitching again. So anyway, here is Rebecca Moore's layout. It is so gorgeous. The colors are like my absolute favorite colors. Fighting with my iPad, sorry. It's just absolutely a stunning layout. So I am grateful to be a part of the Mixed Media Mayhem. I hope you will go down below in the description box, and there will be a list of all of the people who are playing along. Some of them have direct links to their layout. Some of them have channel links, so you can go and check them out. There are some super talented scrappers in this group, so I hope you will go and check them out. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you already subscribed, I appreciate it so much. And if you haven't, I would love for you to do that. And I hope to see you all again very soon for some more 30 days of sketches and all the fabulous hops going on. Have a great day and happy scrapping.